Hello guys, good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. So today we are here with the class 20 of FSSI initiative and current affairs topic. So if you haven't watched the previous 19 videos, you can watch the previous videos in my channel where I have created a separate playlist called as FSSI quiz, classes, and also the quiz playlist is also present. So if you want to attend, you can also attend from the video. Also the PDFs will be uploaded in my Telegram channel for every 10 days. So today we are going to discuss two main topics, that is import rules and regulations. So for any country, it is mandatory, it is inevitable to have imports and exports. So it is an open economy. Since India is an open economy, it largely depends on imports and exports for many factors. So likewise, the imports of food is also very important for India because not all the things are grown in India. For example, saffron is not grown in India in large extent. Yes, it is grown in Jammu and Kashmir or Ladakh, but not in large extents according to the demand of the people. So it is largely imported from Iran and the Central Asian countries. So likewise, if we import these kind of things, then we need to have a certain strict regulations, right? So that's why there are different import rules and regulations. So in the current affairs part is nuclear magnetic resonance test. So this is a very important test. Yesterday I spoke about one more test regarding honey testing. Likewise, today we are going to discuss about nuclear magnetic resonance test. So now let us start the topic. Imports. So a number of food products are being imported into India from various other countries. As per the mandate for providing sale and wholesome food to public, FSSAI has made it presence at various ports. So it is present at various ports. It is not like the office is present. The customs duty or the authorized officer will be present. As I said, authorized officers are appointed by FSSAI on the ports to perform their duties. So Section 25 of FSSAI Act stipulates that all imports of articles of food are subject to provisions of the Act. So all the imports of articles of food are subjected to the Act. So FSSAI as its authorized officer covering 53 point of entries for ensuring compliance to the provisions of FSSAI Act and regulation made thereunder. Further, there are another 97 points of entry gate through the country where custom officials have been notified by as authorized officer by FSSAI. So, almost all the entry points seaports, airports, or any other mode where the imports takes place, in every place the authorized officer has been designated by FSSAI. So that there won't be any loopholes in the imports because importing of food is very important and there should be a quality of food. So for to check that, authorized officer will be placed. So let us see the rules. What are the rules? So no imports of food articles are permitted into India without any valid import license from the Central License Authority of FSI. So compulsory licensing has to be taken place. The consignment of food articles are subjected to scrutiny of documents, visual inspection, sampling, and testing in order to determine whether or not they conform to the safety standards. So it can be only the documents, visual inspection, and also sampling and testing. So there will be a limited amount of time for authorized officers also to test them because some of the products will be perishable in nature. So to avoid spoiling of that food, there will be quick testing for them. Food Authority may review the risk associated with articles of food imports from time to time. So provisional NOC can be issued for certain types if they are imported for personal consumption, meant for research and development, display and trade or exhibition, meant for 100% export or re-export. So for these things, provisional NOC means no objection certificate can be provided for these four conditions. So now let us go into the details of it. FSSAI's online system. See, this is very important. FICS, Food Import Clearance System. So please remember this full form. This can be directly asked in the exam. FICS, which is integrated with Customs IceGate. So IceGate is an app developed by Ministry of Finance. So IceGate is a app developed by finance for the help in the to help for the custom officers to check in the imports. So the full form is Indian Customs Electronics Commerce Electronic Data Interchange. So as you can see, the name itself says Indian Customs Electronics Commerce Data Interchange under SWIFT. So SWIFT is a single window interface for facilitating trade. So which means there will be a single window where all the facilitation will be done with respect to the testing, authorization, NOC issuance, etc. So everything will be present at a single portal. So please remember FICS and IceGate. Selective sampling and testing of food articles on the basis of risk profiling done by FSSAI is implemented at the customs IceGate. Now, who are the authorized officers? So AO is a person appointed such as by Chief Executive Officer. So CEO, he is the head of the day-to-day activities of FSSAI. In order for the purpose of performing functions, that is food import clearance under section 25 of the act. Please remember this also, section 25 of the act. The powers and duties of AO are mentioned under the chapter 9 of the Food Safety and Standards Act. See, the powers, yes, you need to know the crux of these things, but not in detail, because this is assistant exam post. The exact details of the powers of AO is not required. So the main intention is AO will have to be at the entry points of the ports, where he has to test all the food imports that will be consumed by human beings. So what is the validity period for import license? So under this act, a license is granted shall be period for 1 to 5 years as chosen by the food business operator. So please remember, it is not a static one, it is 1 to 5 years as chosen by the FBO from the date of issuance of the license, subject to remittance of the fee applicable. Rectifiable labeling deficiencies. In case of imported packaged food consignment, the following special dispensation on labeling shall be allowed for rectification. Rectification at the custom-bound warehouse by affixing a single non-detachable sticker or by any other non-detachable method next to principal display panel name. So it should consist of name and address of the importer, Food Safety and Standard Authority of India logo and license number, non-veg or veg logo, category of subcategory along the generic name. So this is nothing but all the details regarding the food which is present inside the packet must be present on the non-detachable sticker on the packet. So this is very important, because recently there was also a law from the Ministry of Commerce and Ministry of Finance, like the origin of nation. So this must be compulsorily present on the imports, because due to India has made many free trade agreements with many of the countries. So some of the countries, to utilize the situation, they will enroute their goods to these countries where India has made free trade agreement, and then they again export to them to the India, thinking that India would provide a free trade, that is concession towards the goods that has been imported from free trade countries. To avoid this, the origin of nation, country, must be compulsorily present on the packaging material. So these are the various steps taken by Indian government to curb these illegal imports. And also in this slide you have known the validity period and the labeling of the package. So this was the today's class, and now let us go into the current affairs part. Okay. So FSSAI views NMR unnecessary for testing of honey. So yesterday I spoke about this CSE, Center for Science and Environment, which had done a specific test on honey, like which had not done a specific test on honey, and FSSAI had questioned on this. So then you can see the date was 16 December 2020. So this is a recent news and can be a potential question in your examination. Now let us look into the details. So the scientific panel. So FSSAI has so many scientific panel, and I have also explained you in the before videos, in the earlier videos. I have pointed that almost no food regulator in the world has so far mandated NMR. So please remember this full form: nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy test, as the test method for honey, and this is with respect to honey. So here you need to remember NMR and honey. So, and there can be also a question: FSSAI has regulated which method for testing of honey? So there can be option of NMR. So but FSSAI has not mandated an NMR. Yeah, let us see why. So the 10 of the 13 brand failed the purity test based on CSE investigation. So most of the brands failed when subjected to one particular test called as NMR. Regarding the desirability and utility of NMR for honey testing, that NMR allows quick but database-driven quantification and detection of various chemical components, especially for authenticating the honey sample's origin. So for testing of honey through NMR, yes, it requires less time, but it is a database-driven quantification and detection of various chemical compounds. So for effective utilization of this technique, a prior existence of database is necessary. But no such database exists for Indian honey. So this is the point here. there is no database of honey, Indian honey, then how can we do this NMR, right? Moreover, the cost is also very high. So in view of this lack of database, high operating cost, high skill requirement, and high capital investment, the scientific panel suggested NMR is not necessary at this situation or at this time. So still, India has not developed such a database that is required for NMR testing. So the scientific panel on FSSAI had recommended that NMR should not be a compulsory test for testing of honey, because in some of the countries there is compulsory testing of NMR. So if NMR is tested and the specific results has not been obtained, then the honey will be rejected. So that's why there was news with respect to NMR. So in this slide you need to remember the full form of NMR, the objective of NMR, and for it is used for honey, and why FSSAI had declined the recommendation of NMR. So these are the today's topic, guys. I guess this was interesting for you. So if you like my video, please like it and share it with your friends, and please subscribe to my channel, because in the statistics I can see that most of the people haven't subscribed but still watch my videos. So as a return, you can just click the like button and also subscribe to my channel. That's all for today, guys. Thank you.